Hello everyone. Today in our series of Doc Plexus KOL interviews, we have with us eminent medical oncologist and hematologist Dr. Purvesh M. Parekh. He's the Director of Precision Oncology and Research at Asian Institute of Oncology at Somya Ayurvihar Cancer Care. Apart from being an MD, Dr. Parekh is also a PhD in applied biology and holds a management degree in hospital administration. This versatile person is an active researcher with nearly 200 publications in cancer research and a receiver of several awards and accolades. Thank you, Dr. Parekh, for sharing your valuable time with us today.
My pleasure.
The number of oncologists are alarmingly low in India. So what can be the reason for it? And is it the same scenario in developed countries as well?
So for all doctors, the number of healthcare professionals are less in all therapeutic areas as far as India is concerned. We have only about less than 500,000 or 5 lakh doctors for the entire 1.2 billion population. If you come to specifically oncologists, we have less than one oncologist per 1 million of our population. So it's definitely much less than what is seen with other developed countries. And that is a major issue.
So on international forums, there is often a discussion that the research, there is a lack of clinical research in India. And we have even seen a lot of people talking about it. So what is your opinion on this?
As far as clinical as well as translational research is concerned, I think India is quickly catching up with what is happening in the rest of the world. And if you look at recent publications, you will see that there is an exponential increase in quality research publications from India. Even in multi-center international trials, where there are more than 200 centers, for instance, across the world, India contributes significantly to these, and therefore Indian authors are part of international publication. So my perception is that the scenario is changing rapidly and India is contributing to global knowledge as far as healthcare is concerned.
Dr. Parekh, can you shed some light on the recent advancements in the targeted cancer therapy?
So this is like the hot of the press sort of information. And every month there is a new molecule that can work in cancer that gets marketing approval. So there are lots and lots of developments, and it has improved the outcome in patients. So earlier we had lung cancer patients in an advanced stage who would have about 6 or 8 or a maximum 9 months of survival. Today we are talking about a 40% 2-year survival rate, and some of those patients are even alive at the end of 5 years, which is absolutely an amazing progress. And it is possible only because of better understanding of the mechanism of how cancer develops, as well as better understanding of how drugs can counter these oncogenes or mutations that lead to cancer or progress of the disease. And these are exciting times for cancer management.
So the nanoparticle based delivery, does it has any role to play in this targeted cancer therapy?
So older drugs have reached a saturation as to how they can act or benefit the patient using the standard format. But by improving the drug delivery system, we can definitely improve the efficacy profile as well as reduce toxicity. And nanoparticle chemotherapeutic agents like, for instance, nanoparticle paclitaxel are definitely useful for patients. So they have been shown to improve the response rate, they have been shown to improve the overall survival, and some of the toxicities are less.
Dr. Parekh, you have done extensive research on metastatic non-small cell lung cancers, so lung carcinomas. So can you please shed some light on its findings?
So as far as non-small cell lung cancer is concerned, originally it was one group of disease. Today we know that it's a heterogeneous group. So it can be divided into adenocarcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma and others. And then for adenocarcinoma, based on the genetic changes, you can divide into EGFR mutated or not mutated. So now this one group is divided into several, maybe 70, 75 different groups based on particular characteristics. And each of these groups has a specific way of treating these patients. So now we are more precise. We are able to personalize the therapy for the patient and therefore improve the chance of response and survival with quality of life in the majority of these patients.
What are the current challenges that the hospitals or Cancer Institute face in providing infrastructure to the cancer patients or infrastructure for the cancer care to patients?
All hospitals, whether it is cancer or otherwise, are facing the problem of unrealistic expectations. Everybody wants to come at the last minute, wants to be treated first, wants to get the best possible treatment and not pay for it. So these are the problems that we are facing. The problem is unrealistic expectation. What I would like to do is to have patients and family take onus and become responsible in some way for shared patient management. If everything the doctor has to do and the patient can do whatever, continue smoking for instance, then nothing is going to improve.
So do you think an online platform, like online educating platform for doctors like DocPlexus, can help oncologists to share knowledge?
Definitely. Today is the day of technology. Everything that can enable, facilitate, improve communication, understanding using technology is useful, because there it will become a more cost effective way. In fact, just last month I was in USA, New York, at a digital health conference, and my topic there was Uberization of healthcare. So it is a question of giving choices and allowing people, including patients, to select the choice which is most appropriate for them. So I think DocPlexus can do a great job as far as this is concerned.
Thank you for your talk with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
To stay updated on our latest scale videos and interviews, please follow us on Twitter, like us on our Facebook page and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Happy DocPlexing!